Hello. Hello, yes. Hello. Welcome. So, Trainz. Today, this schedule, you can see right there, that will change this week. I'll update it likely tomorrow. Maybe the day after tomorrow. I think tomorrow is when I'll update it. Because the Thursday streams will be switched with the Friday stream. So Game Dev will be on Thursday, and Train Simulator and Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 will be on Friday. That's when I'll change it so it'll be correct. Right, so let's read chat. Starting soon. Gotcha. Woo! In a cinema near you. Yes, that was my joke. XD. Hey, hello. Ooh. Yes, hello Kangafango. Hello Mr. W. Hey, stream title. Then you've typed the stream title but with a missing letter. Then you did it with an asterisk. Asterisk. I think it's asterisk. Asterisk. The little star. /me and then the thing, but it doesn't work like that because it has to be the first character. So and then you typed it, which is building some stuff in Trainz Railroad Simulator 2019 open bracket TRS-19 for macOS close bracket that will be saved as part of the Milton Valley Railroad route file period. Yes, that is the title of this stream, which if you're interested, yes, that is the character limit. There we go. Asterisk. Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. So, I need to do one more thing, which is switch over the audio, so you will actually be able to hear things when there is sound to be heard. That should have done it. Okay. So, there we go. And let's start Trainz. Do you think you'll do VC today? Depends. If Mr. W wants to do it, then we can do it. Else, I will not. And in which case, I will... Oh, that's the wrong route. Else I will just focus on building. And chat, of course. I prob won't, soz. That's okay. No need to apologize. Alright. Well. Alright. Well. Dun. It's fine. Of course it is fine. It's fine. Right. I'm ready. You might even say poised to begin retrieval. Here we go. Right. So now let's begin right away. Well, the tools on the bar on the right side haven't loaded in yet, so that'll happen first, and then I'll actually do some stuff. There we go. Those are funny. Right, so filter, need the filter. Show asset filters, no payware. And I'll start off by just making the fields over on this side. Then I will extend the line over to here, to the end of the baseboards. Then I'll make the fields probably in the middle here. Maybe I can start on the right here. Not sure. And then the next time we add baseboards, which I'm not sure if that will be this stream or next stream, I will probably... Well, I'm not sure. We'll see what it looks like. I may start putting down some houses, or I may have another couple of baseboards in between. Probably, well, we'll see how much chat fills up over time. Sure. Vigorous typing. Hello to all in chat, says Chris. Hello, Chris. Welcome. Hey, Chris. Welcome. Hey. Right. So, what to do? Fields. That's what to do. I want one of these here. Actually, let's do the field boundary first, but for that I need to select the correct layer. And there we go. So where should I put this? I think I'll put this... I think I'll put it here. And yes, I do still need to do some more detail work around here, but I want to get more progress done because we've been doing quite a bit of detailing on this bit for the last couple of streams. And I'd just like to get some more obvious progress done. Kangafango, sorry for late respond to your first hey to me. I was busy with my cherry yogurt. Oh, I wonder what you were doing with your cherry yogurt. I trust it was nothing suspicious. Ah, no worries. Right, so I'm going to say something, and it's not going to jinx the situation probably. Which is, I have a feeling I'll get quite a bit of work done today in the stream. Okay, so I also have to think about how I want the what I want the billboards to look like. Should I just have them? I guess I could just have them open like this, just standing there. What would it look like with field texture behind it? I will need to clear this a little bit up a bit, but I think that looks okay. Oh, alright, sometimes it does this when, I think when it's not got that much memory. There we go. Not that much memory free, I think. Sometimes it just takes a little while to update the terrain when I draw something on it. I know it's a bit worrying, but I will export the Milton Valley Railroad as a CDP file, so I have an easily imported backup. I had hit my head on the gravel. My body ached in frustration, not because of the impact of the skin against stone, but because of the corner of the dark oak cabinet. Wait, this again? Because of the corner of the dark oak cabinet wasn't attached to the closet anymore and came right off. My face was covered in a bottomless frown. Aha! This again, I remember it. I remember it. And now the continuation, or so we thought. Okay. I think this is a good start. It's a little bit less over in this bit. Dun da da dun dun da 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 dum. Dun da da dun dun da 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 dum. Also needs another tree and a couple of trees in here. Just so you can't see through it that easily. Yes, I'll add more shrubs as well, but I think this is an important step. So like that, I think that's okay. Now I need the shrubs. Okay, now what does it look like from the tracks? I'm almost happy with it. I think I need... Actually, let's use the grass spline. Because, yeah, I need a bit more stuff on here, like a bit more spline. And I think I will use... Not this one, the other one. I need the wider one, actually. This one. Either you're typing a lot in chat right now, Kangofango, or you're just really, really interested in what I'm doing. Or both. Could be both. Right. And now you've just copied the thing out into your clipboard that you were typing. So you could type or shadows or both. And then you typed hey 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 snap, and now I've just pasted it back in because you wanted to continue to write it. You see, I know you. I've read your mind. Hehe. And now you've done it again. Of course I have. I think I may need to add a little bit more of the grass texture here. That may be necessary, or become necessary. Although, no, we need a little bit more. The grass spline over there. Just to kind of hide the texture transition over here. A little bit more along this bit as well. Just look at how much that adds. Just having a little field back there. I think that adds a lot. There we go. Now you've posted it. Haha. I, Milliam Buttersand of Gabble Rock. I, self-proclaimed king of the abandoned yet ever so majestic castle, master of my fair throne. I had to get revenge on those merciless dungeon keepers, in particular, the first dungeon keeper. He was the evil master behind my sorrows, far, far eviler than the kingdom's evilest inhabitants, and quite a bit more evil than me. Revenge must be had. But how? I've got item 1, my magic lucky emerald amulet. The I after Gabble Rock was a Roman one. Alright. Oh, I see. I, Milliam Buttersand of Gable Rock the First. Oh, I see. I see. Should I add hay bales to this field? Should I? I think I should. I think I need to, because it just needs it. It needs it. And it's been a while since we've done some of those. But I know where they are. Haha. And that rhymed. Still haha. At least I hope I know where they are. Oh, where were the things? Ah, here they were. Bum ba da dum bum ba da da dum. Bum ba da dum bum ba da da dum. Bum ba da dum bum ba da da dum. Actually, can I copy and paste this one? That would maybe make it easier. Ooh, maybe I can. Dum da da dum dum na 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 dum. Dum da da dum dum da 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 dum. Dum na 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 da dum dum. I will probably have to realign some of these. But this makes it much quicker. I also realized this place needs a little bit of an access point. I mean, that already doesn't look that bad. But I think it will look better if I align them properly. Also, today I had my long tabletop roleplay session, which I have once a week, and I think it turned out quite well. Also, I should save. Kind of sounds like Gale Rock. It does a bit. You said that back when you were in VC, quite a few streams back. I remember. I've got item 2, an empty book to write my day's thoughts and findings into, which is this one. Quicker because not rotating each bale? Yes. If I'm just moving them a bit, this saves so much time. Although I might need to add a couple more manually, where the distances that I placed them at were just a bit too long, a bit too far between, I think. Like, for example, here, if I move this over, there's a long stretch where there isn't one. So I'll just need to fill in those gaps. This one's getting a bit wonky. No, I want it to be straight. I could have also been a bit more accurate with my placement. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. The issue is that the grid, even though it's a 5-meter grid, you can see it's only in a 10-meter placement area. So I can place one, I can't place one there, I can place one here. So for example, if I look at this, there's a gap here. I can place one there. Actually, that fits quite well in that gap. But in some cases, it won't. Like for example here, I can't place it into the middle. I can place it either down there or up here. And it's not going to be centered. Yeah, I definitely need more. You see, I am clicking along that central line, but sometimes it's placing them over to the side because it is still placing in that 10-meter grid. You can see this line's done. I just need to move one over to the side. Let me read chat. And item 3 is where my pre-adventure sorrows begin once more. It was buried in the remains of one of my fair towers. It had crumbled to pieces in the night's thunderstorm, got struck by lightning. Its destruction had filled my soul with bitter tears and flameful anger. Shadows, nice. How did it go? Yeah, it went really well, I think. Shadows, the wind must have mistook those hay bales for tumbleweed. Really? Why? Shadows, have a look at this. Yeah. It does look similar to that, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Don't you think this looks similar? In that picture, they are placed a little bit closer together than this. Yeah, but they're rotated randomly in the pic. Are they? I think it's probably because that field has a little bit of a weird shape. But I think in the picture, they're mostly oriented the same way. In the distance, I think it just depends on the way that the machines drive. Here, you can quite clearly see from the pattern on the ground that they drive back and forth along this way. So that's the way that the bales need to be orientated. If you like, I can just, well, let me say first. If you like, I can just place a few random ones in like this. Although those aren't rotated randomly if I paste them. I would have to do it like this, just add a few random ones in. Do you think that will look better? Like this? Do you think that looks better with a few ones randomly placed, randomly rotated? Not all in one row. Look at the ones in the back left. Oh well. Yeah, well, the ones in the back left, I think the field has a strange shape, so that it went back like this, and then it changed shape going like that and like that, which is why they rotated that way. Maybe a bit too many? No, because there's a large field. Do you think they look better if there are a couple that are randomly rotated in there as well? Do you? Does this look better to you? I don't think I like it. I think I liked it better when they were all facing the same way. It looked more deliberate. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, in reference to what? Yeah, leave it like this. So, do you mean like this? Maybe just move them out of line? Well, then in that case I can... Well, actually, yeah. Maybe. No, in the other ones, if I look back to fields like... I think this one? No, not that one. This one. They're in lines as well. On this one, you can see. They're in lines here. If I go over to this field... Actually, here they're not in lines, but that's because I've got so many of them. And there's such a huge field. That the line's not so straight. Lines are. Maybe. Although this is already taking a bit too much time, I feel. I don't want to spend this long on a single field. So, how did your days go? I suppose that's a question that might be good to ask. Yeah, this is better, I'd say. I mean, you would know because of how much you've played Farming Simulator, but yeah, I haven't played that game so much. I'm joking. I'm half joking, don't worry. Yeah, went pretty good, thanks. Nice. I what? Trainz, that is so strange. I had a long RP session too. Oh, today. Oh, and what happened in it? Please, do tell. We're really interested. Not because I want to steal ideas or anything like that, but rather because, well, I think it might be fun. Well, yeah, you've already said went well. Well, actually, have you? No, you said you had one, you didn't say it went well. Well, that's good that it went well. Now you're typing, I can tell. Because I can read your mind. It was fun, nice, mysterious, funny, creepy, weird, interesting, and odd. Some parts anyway. Oh, well, what were the other parts? Boring? I think they might have been boring. I think that might have been it. Right. Yeah, this looks okay. I'm happy with that. Right, now for the access way. I think I'll have it here. I don't need to do much, I just need to cut through some of this grass. And fill in a bit of the texture. That's a bit close. Like this is better. It was a bit squashed. The texture a bit squashed because it was not the texture, it's spline, because of how close it was. So like that. I think that's good. Right. So with that, thank you all very much for watching, and thank you all very much for watching the rest of the stream, hopefully. So uneventful, but for the most part, the other stuff. The rest was quite eventful indeed. Anyway, item 3 was my cloak. Ooh, your cloak. Don't spook us like that, Shadow Dice. Oh. Wait, that's not the... Oh, that is the right texture. Oh, I get it. It's a seasonal texture. That's why it's a different image in this little preview area. It's not Thursday. Not yet, anyway. Oh, wait, it isn't. Oh, that explains so much. So if I remember correctly, you said that the game you were playing in was a Star Trek game? A Star Trek role-playing game, correct? I think it was called Star Trek The RP Adventure? Ah, or something like that. Yeah, so... with that, what role does your character have? Or are you the GM? Well, probably you're a player, if you don't remember exactly what the game was called. Star Trek Adventures. Star Trek Adventures, I think. Nah, that's not it. Isn't it? Are you sure? Modifius has a game called that. That's the one I play. Maybe it is. Yeah, Star Trek Adventures is the one that I run. Oh. Yeah, that's it. Good. So, are you a player or are you the GM? I didn't give up. I rummaged through the pile of debris that was my tower, and there I found the rest of my dark oak closet. Didn't you say cabinet before? Or did I just misread it as cabinet? I thought you said cabinet. The castle's previous owner had kept Marrowell barley cooper wine in it. Oh, I see. Is there still some left in it? Oh, I need to paint the other texture underneath. I remembered. Dun, da, da, dun, da, 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 da. Cabinet, table, closet. I'm a fierce king, not a furniturist. I'm a doctor, not an escalator. Which is a Star Trek reference, the original series, if you're interested. There it was. The glorious thing was just sitting there, saying nothing, which was quite good considering it was a closet. I hastily opened it. The door fell off. Ah. Well, there's your issue. And this time I'll actually paint in the accessway first, so then I don't have to cut the spline. That's a bit too thick. That's better. I think that one is the wide one, right? Yeah, I think so. And in there was my cloak, all dusty with stone, of course, but it was there. It was still hanging on the hook. Oh, was it now? Oh, apparently it was. I wonder if that cloak is just a really nice cloak that gives him self-esteem, or if it's actually got magical powers. Or maybe that is its magical power. I think I make this a bit narrower, like this. My face and hands were ecstatic. Ah. Well, what about his belly? Was his belly ecstatic? Because that's covered by the cloak as well. Well, at least if you wear it a certain way. That's odd. You never really get many ecstatic bellies in fiction, do you? Well, actually, in some works of fiction you do. But not in many. I rushed towards it, unhooked the cloak, and swung it around my body. Ooh. Okay, so now how does this look? Looks okay. Actually, do I have wildflowers? I would like some very inconspicuous wildflowers. Not as inconspicuous as these ones, though. Ah, these ones maybe. What do these look like? Oh, just yellow flowers. Maybe I'll place some of these in the field. No, not these ones. Ooh, these ones maybe. You can't really see those ones, actually. Well, you can't see them at all, actually. Okay, let's put splines of this one down. Let's try it in stretches like this, first of all. Then let's see what that looks like. Just to give it a little bit extra care. How straight is it along this edge? Not that straight. I need a little bit like that. Now let's see, what does that look like? It looks okay, but it could use a little bit more. Just by adding a couple crossing over like this, it breaks up the pattern. So just like that. I like those. It does make the texture underneath look a bit flat. But I think if you look at it from the tracks, so from over here, I think that adds a bit. Yeah, I like that. Although I could use one more going across over here like this. Again, just to break up the pattern a bit. Same over here. Maybe I can use a few more shrubs here as well. That might look good. My eyes thundered in awe. Oh, that must be painful. The gloriously dark indigo cloak had given me new powers, new hope, new dreams, and new problems. Now for the low, low price of $9.99. Oh, sorry, I misread. New hope, new dreams, and new longing for that neck-wrenchingly sweet taste of vengeance. Then he might be interested in playing a game called The Longing. It's a very interesting game. It's a very good game. But it is not for everybody. Not because there's anything specifically bad in the game, it's just a very specific game. Which I don't think a lot of people would find enjoyable. Trainz, looks good. And them. And item 4 was my sanity. I knew I still had it last night when I was resting on my dear crenellations. Wait, he was resting on his on his crenellations? Okay, so for you, those of you who don't know, crenellation. So you know castle walls, and they have those spiky bits up top that look like maybe a cog is supposed to hook into them. You know those little bits that stick up on the tops of battlements on castles. Well, those are crenellations, or rather, the gaps are crenellations. So the actual things that stick up, I think merlons. I think they're called merlons. And the gaps between them are crenellations. Or crenels. Might be crenels. Crenellations, crenels. Yeah. That can't be comfortable. Yeah, especially if you fall. Right, so, what time is it now? You guessed it. It is shrub time. That sounds like such an... That sounds like a kid's... kids' TV. Like, really, for really, really young kids. Like, what time is it now? You guessed it. It's shrub time. Now sing along, everybody. And then the song starts, which... I don't know the song off by heart. Actually, I can have them a little bit higher in the thing. Actually, no, that's in the way. Perhaps like this. No, that's still in the way. Like that. I think that looks good. Dun 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 dun. Bum ba da dum ba da dum. Bum ba da 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 dum. Dun da da dum. That's the Yorkshire Coast billboard by LNER. I think this area looked fine without shrubs, but with shrubs I think it looks good. So it's a difference between fine and good. And if I have the choice, and it doesn't cost too much, then I think I'd rather have good. Bum ba da dum ba da da dum. Dum da da dum da 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 dum. Yeah, that looks better. But now the problem is now that I need a couple here as well. Not many, just a few. Also a couple around here wouldn't do any harm. Well, except that they slowly are chipping away at the frame rate, but very, very, very slowly. Bum bum na 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 dum. No, that was a different thing. That was da 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 dum dum. That's from E.T. Extraterrestrial. That's such a good movie. Especially the music, because in E.T. the music in the beginning it's just a few hints of that theme song. And then as the movie continues, that theme song becomes more and more full basically. It adds instruments and it gets it plays more of the actual score. It's so much more and so much more until at the end you've just got the full orchestra playing that beautiful music. Or something like that. The tone might be a little bit off. It's been a while since I've heard it. But yeah, that is such a great movie. Like for example, in the beginning, it's like And then that eventually evolves into yeah, that's just an example. It might not be the best thing because that's just whistling. It's not an orchestra, but you get the point. And now I'm just detailing an area that the player will likely never see. Although I do need a little bit of fern or shrub or bush or something here, because the player will see that corner. And if they don't see shrubs, I think I just haven't detailed it back there. Yeah, that's better. And yes, I do realize I've placed these flowers here. And I've not removed them simply because, well, I think they fit quite well. I know you probably won't see them, but if you explore back here, then you can see, oh look, there's some flowers there. Right, so, save. Merlons. Resting on my merlons. Yes. It sounds like a botanist's game show. It does. Hello kids and welcome to Shrub Time. Today we have 3 contestants. Tommy, Lucy and Wendy. Say hello kids. Hi game show host. Hello. Now we'll have 20 questions for them and they'll have to guess correctly. Guess? Kids, aww. Oh sorry, I misread that. Terribly sorry. That's 40 questions. We better start now. Now, what shrub blooms in red, has heart-shaped leaves, a thorny stem, and has yellow berries? Waiting music. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Actually, I should probably get on the building while the waiting music plays. Dun 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 bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 da 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 dun 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 bum ba bum ba bum 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 bum. Let me just save. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I think the waiting music stopped. Right, so what was I? Thorny stem and has yellow berries. Waiting music. Dun 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 dun. Oh, sorry. Right, already done that bit. Kids. Lucy, press button. Zzz. Gemul Varis Yalima. Game show host, that is correct. 1 point to Lucy. XD. Anyway. Trainz, maybe add one tree between two of the billboards? Ooh, I might do that. Trainz, yes, you do require a tad more furniture. Furniture. Trainz, also, maybe place some more LCS? LCS? That was... What was that? Was it a flower? It's frozen. Don't mind me. And yes, I always revert. If it's giving me the option to either use changes or revert, I always revert. Because if I use changes, then it could corrupt the file. The file could be corrupted, and that's what it uses. If I revert the changes, then it's likelier to be uncorrupted. It is uncorrupted, because that's the last completely saved state of the root. Which... yeah, that's just safer. Yes, I might lose a bit of work that I have to redo, but most of the time, you can see, I haven't lost any work. It did save it, but it didn't go back into the other screen, which is why it then told me that it wasn't saved. So let's see. Alcea? Ah, these ones. I see what you mean. Sure, these are quite nice. These ones need to be pulled back a little bit. Let's put them over here. Couple more there. Ooh, not like that. That's a bit odd. Now I need to undo those. I need some of the single ones as well, just to kind of make this look less uniform. There you go. That's nice. Now for the tree. Maybe let's try one of these ones. No. Come on. That's not right. Maybe one of the coniferous ones. Maybe one of these ones. Those might look quite nice. Yeah, I like that. Maybe turn it a little bit, so it's turned more like that. Is that good? Does that add? Yeah, I think that adds. Although I may not want to have it back here. I may want... Oops. No. Do not delete the layer. Come on. Thank you for warning me there, game. Very much appreciated. Maybe having it here would be better. Yeah, I think that's better. Because you've got a bit more contrast there. If you're coming along like this, then you can more clearly see it without having the background of the other trees that close. Let's call it Fang tree. Because Kango Fango recommended it, so Fang tree. There you go, that's Fang tree. I really like how this area is turning out. Right, now let's resume the reading of chat. Oh, please don't cry. Oh, thank you. Exactly that waiting music. Yep, that one. XD. Flower, yes. You placed some in Trainz live number 71. Yes. That was by the other farm, wasn't it? The sugarcane thing. Alcia, I'd say. Yeah, probably. Alcia. Yes, love him. After the lightning had struck, I can't seem to remember if I still had my sanity. I don't believe I did. Shadows, I'd say place the tree between the billboards where one of them was the Glacier National Park one. Oh, that was this one. I mean, there you go. Actually, let's do it like this. Let's zoom in as well. Have a little bit more of a view. Actually, should I zoom in? No, I shouldn't zoom in. I'll go into first person mode. Well, no, I shouldn't go into first person mode. Let's just leave the view. Like, let's just do it like this. Well, either like that or like this. Let's have it like that. It's not finished back there, but let's have it like this for now. Thank you for the flowers. Exactly there. Thanks. He vocalized no XD. Exactly. Because like no, but more like no, like the mouth's a bit more closed because of the tension. There you go. Eh? Shadows, thank you. Soon enough though, I found my sanity next to the closet, laying in the pile. Of course, I ate it, and climbed back onto one of the corridors and into my throne room. Back into one of the corridors. Item 5. Was there an item 5? I think there was. I think you'll find that item 5 was your contact lenses, which are unfortunately now also lost in the pile of rubble. And those were the most important bit, because without them you can't read the book, which has the magic spell in it, which will allow you to take the first step towards gaining vengeance. So you need to find them. And others won't work because they are magically bound to you, because actually the thing that's wrong with your eyes isn't just that your eyes have been damaged, but actually no, it's a curse. And the only item that can clear that up are those contact lenses, because they have been blessed by magic to counteract that curse. So actually you need those specific contact lenses to succeed. Gaming conventions? What is this you speak of? Gaming conventions? Never heard of it. Never heard of either. Oh, have not heard of either. I think you might need a hearing aid as well. Bum ba da dum ba da 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 dum dum da 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 dum dum da 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 dum. Have not heard of either. Eh? Oh, what did you say? Could you repeat that, please? I couldn't hear you. My point exactly. What? Oh yes, sorry, that's my point. That's my point exactly. I can hear you, you know. I'm not deaf. Are you sure about that? What? Exactly my point. What? Oh, not this again. No, just leave the room. Bum ba da dum ba da 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 dum dum da 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 dum. How does this look with the trees? Well, the shadow doesn't look great on the road, but other than that, I think that rounds this bit off quite nicely. Although, you know what? No, I do not like it. I'll delete the trees. I don't like it. I liked it better when it was more open. Maybe I can have the trees going up to this point, so from the right. but I definitely liked it more when it was more open. That added more variety, surprisingly. And yes, I'm not below deleting my own work if I find that it's not really that good. Actually, I might keep a couple of trees here, going up to this point, so that they... Ooh, no, not... Oh, well, it's already added to that. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. If I find that... Yeah, it's not that great. So... Bum ba da 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 dum dum da da dun dun da dun 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 da 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 dum. It's like this. Yeah, that's much nicer having it open like this. It feels more like a Feldbahn, which is German for field railway. If you didn't know, which you may not have. Although Feldbahnen, which is German for field railways, so plural, are usually narrow gauge as far as I know. And technically, standard gauge, what we now use as standard gauge, is narrow gauge. At least by Brunel, because Brunel did call standard gauge narrow gauge and called his broad gauge, the 7 foot 11 inches I think, gauge standard gauge, which, well, yeah, that's a debate on whether that would have been preferable to the actual standard now, which is now standard gauge, or whether it was actually not that bad of an idea to keep the gauge that the coaches and wagons were already at, which that's why the standard gauge is what it is now, which I have previously stated on stream. After my great laughter had receded, I started thinking again. To my surprise, a lone mouse had come out of the base with my wooden throne. I gave her a deceitful smirk, which scared her off, to which I laughed again. Stanley walked to the left. Stanley disobeyed the narrator and walked to the right. Stanley was in the office, having a nice day, pressing buttons on a keyboard like he was taught to do. Stanley walked to the right. However, the player had other ideas, and so Stanley walked to the left. Out of the base of my wooden throne. Oh, wait, what? Oh, what did I read it as? Oh, I thought the mouse was carrying the wooden throne. I think that it speaks volumes about that story, pun intended, that I read it like that and still thought that it was supposed to be like that in the story. I see. Shadows. Oh yes, here we go. Yep, Shadows, exactly. And Stanley was happy. And Stanley was happy. And Stanley was happy. Shadows came out with my wooden throne. That's what I thought. That's what I thought you wrote. Just a little mouse carrying the huge throne out of a little mouse hole. That's what you read. Oopsies. Yeah, but the thing is, I thought that it was true. I thought it was correct. I thought that's what you had intended. That's actually quite funny. And for this, do I want it to be pasture? I think I want it to be pasture. Dun da da dun da 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 dum. Bum ba da dum ba da 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 dum. Oh, it's still the wrong spline. Come on. There we go. This tiny mouse heaving this massive throne in his little arms. Her. Ooh, in her little arms. Yeah. Exactly. UK. Exactly UK. Yeah, I know. I will add another bit of spline going the other way. Because if you look at this, the spline going this way looks like that. Going the other way, it looks like this. You can see, depending on which way you do it, it's got a kind of a curve. It swerves to the right and then back over to the left. So depending which way around you put it in, it changes the way it's oriented. You can see this little swerve going to the right is here, leaving this gap right here of grass. And the same thing here, it's leaving the gap here, gap there. But then if I take a grass spline and do it like this, you can see it kind of fills this gap. And that does a lot to hide the repeating pattern of the spline. So if you just go over it again in some places, going the other way. So you can see, now it looks a lot less like it's repeating it all the time. Still needs a little bit here though. Actually, you know what? I'll use this spline here. Yeah, I know that song is stuck in my head. It's a Doctor Who fan song. Not about Doctor Who fans, but a song made by a Doctor Who fan. I would really like it if this road didn't look so dark in the shadow. And I can still quite easily replace this road all on the map, just using the replace, the bulk replace assets window thing. Tool, that's the word I meant. But then I'd have to have a road that would fit more, and I don't think I have one for the majority of places. Because in the majority of places this road fits quite well. It's just here it looks a bit odd, and also when the sun is quite low the reflections look a bit odd. I also took the bread with me. That I had kindly received from the cowardly innkeeper. I gave it a hungry smile and slowly put it in my wicker basket. Yeah, you can easily replace this route. Yeah, I mean, it's just a click and the route's replaced. No, we want to keep it. The route or the grass? Not grass, the route or the road. Yeah, I see. At this point, I do need to extend this line. I'll just keep it going straight for now, because I need to align the field boundary with the tracks. And I do actually believe that I will have... Actually, if I put a little... If I put a couple of spline points in here, I can actually have a little bit of a downwards grade, which is going to be a good thing. Let's just say negative 0.2, maybe. So you can see the left track is the height without the grade in place. The right track is with. So now if I apply the grade to the other one as well, it's like this. And because both ends have got straightened bits on them, so you can see this has been straightened. It's also been straightened over here. This is not going to mess up any of the other track. Okay. Root. Ah, I see. I had to let the castle's ghost know of my coming absence. Nathaniel? I called out. Yes, sounded a deep, bulbous voice. I'm going to leave Gabblerock Castle. Please, kindly imprison anyone and everyone who tries to visit me in my absence. Of course. Always, replied Nathaniel. Nathaniel glancing into my soul, as he does. I vividly glanced back and left the castle in a huff. I appreciate it, I said. Such a fun story. Okay, so let's just kind of pull this boundary back over here. And also, do I want it to be open here or do I want it to be closed? I think I'll probably have trees going along this side of it. Yeah, I need to undo those because I want them a bit closer. Yeah, that's better. And then you can see if I have a session where the player's switching on this yard, maybe on this branch, I can have an AI train going by on the main line up there, and that would look quite nice against the trees, I think. I should save. Okay. Right. So... Actually, yes, these trees. I do need these trees. And I don't need to worry about an access road for this field because it's already got one. Namely, this one. But I do want a little access point, and I think I'll probably have it like right there. I might as well put it in now. So having it... that doesn't look great. Let's delete this bit. Let's pull these ones in a bit more, just like this sort of, and let's just put in another spline point there. Right, so just sort of like this. And I'll actually use the darker texture here, just to kind of separate the color from the gravel of the road. Oh, that's not the right one. There we go. Just like this, sort of. And it makes sense to have it there because that's quite close to the road. So farm vehicles wouldn't have to go that far. They just went onto the field here. Oh, that's not what I want. I want to add them. Not move them. I've just had an idea. Maybe as we come into the city, maybe I could have another main line joining this one. Not one that's actually fully modeled, but just one that goes to portals. So then maybe I can have a bit of 4-track mainline, which could be good for some sessions. These ones are turned exactly the same way. Now I have to rotate these a bit so that they, it's not that clear that they are the same tree actually. And yes, I do place a lot of these small trees as well because they add quite a bit of cover down near the ground, which helps make it look more realistic. Ooh, I like this tree placement. Also, maybe one of these ones might fit quite nicely here. Bit of a larger one there. Let's also have a couple of these ones sunk into the ground. Okay. Also, here's a little update on Living Art, my game. It's getting ever closer to release. Ever closer. Ever closer. It just seems like there's always more stuff that needs to be done, but like it's really every little bit that I do on it, it just gets that little extra bit closer to release. And I am placing them manually because I've placed them with quite a long distance between each other. So I want to maintain that for at least this bit. And from this bit forward I can place them like this a bit more. You can see the distance between them here. And you can see the distance between them here is much greater. Although actually if it's just about twice that, then maybe it would actually look better if I didn't do that. So if I just deleted some of the spline points, yeah, I think that would look better. So yeah, let me just delete some of the spline points and just get rid of this. Although, not all of them, because now it's curved. Although, actually saying that... Oh, that's odd. No, it mustn't be like that. Bum ba da 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 dum. I think I'll need one spline point in here just to pull it a bit away from the tracks, just a little bit like that. That looks nice. The reason why I switched sides is because of the trees, so that they won't be in the way. So, right. I had actually gotten quite cheerful. I had my lucky emerald amulet, I had my empty book, I had my cloak, and I had my sanity. Well, more or less. My sanity did begin to sag through my basket a bit, bits dripped out, but oh well. I got to the village square. I turned to the greengrocer's stall. It was your typical everyday white/orange striped stall with fabric and wooden boxes. Wait a minute. Oh, I've looped. You mean like this one a bit? Not sure what the other one's called. Right. Medieval, of course. Behind it was a child in its tens. It wore ragged clothes and a timid smile. Strangely, I didn't even feel like shouting at it. I quickly raised my voice from nothingness. Hello, child. Please, give me a pitty punnet of pretty peaches. Confused, the child began to put prickly peaches into a pretty punnet. Prickly peaches. Trainz, smaller, not as complex. Quietly! Not quickly. Right. I quietly raised my voice. Right, not quickly. There we go. Just corrected that little mistake there. Don't mind it. It's on its way out. Okay. Just painting texture underneath. And now it's time for the bush spline, also known as the shrub spline, because it's actually called FMA shrubs. 37137. Yeah, 37137. The FMA shrubs are always good. They did look a little bit better in Trainz Any Era, because there they weren't as dark from one side. The light actually, it looked like it was translucent, so the light actually came through it. Actually, in reality, it just wasn't lighting it differently from the other side. But, yeah, well, they still look good in this Trainz version. If you use them right. Lee? This one I'll do from a bit lower because of the crossing. I want this to look good. And this, I want this to look good from up close as well. Right, so sort of like this should be good. And now I'll actually paint the, well, I'll save and then I'll paint the ballast. Just so I know how closely I can get with the bushes and things like that. That's always satisfying, painting ballast underneath the tracks. I will probably have to twirl this texture a bit. Yeah, it is really quite obvious that it's the same texture. I'll just do it in little parts that I'll twirl, just so that I get rid of the repeating pattern. Well, a little bit, but I still keep a lot of the sharpness of the texture. I think that looks good. Right, so now what? Now let's do stuff. That's a good idea, isn't it? Stuff like what? Like putting in grass plines on and things. Well, firstly, let's just continue the road along. I just keep the road at the edge of this field on this side of the trees for now. That will make a nice change. Not an ice change, but a nice change. Power lines, well, oh, that's all one span. Oh, I see. I think in that case, I'll probably Actually, did I have this long? I guess I did. That's okay. You know what? No, I'll make it bend over like this a bit, just so that you can more clearly see that the road continues when you're up here. Because otherwise you wouldn't be able to spot it at all. And I'll just put a few more bushes here. The inconsistency of my order and the child's actions did aggravate me a little, but I didn't let it show. I still tried to smile. Disturbed, the child looked at my mouth's shape, which led me to believe that I didn't succeed in my attempt at smiling. I wasn't good at smiling. The debatably fair gal handled my pretty bunnet of prickly peaches, and I took it. I dropped the smile, as I didn't manage to pull it off anyway. My mouth sank into a gruff expression of pompously majestic neutralism. Handled me the. Okay, sure. Sure as some other things. Right, that's good. Let's do a thing, and by thing I mean let's put on a facade. No, let's put on grass. Is that the right one? I think that may be the wrong grass plan. Is that right? I suppose it is right. Yeah, I suppose. No, that's wrong. I need the other one. I need the bigger one. This one. Looks very nice. Nice trees. Oh, yeah, Tress. Nice trees. And nice crossing. With trees. How does that look from down here? Does that look good? That's a bit close. That's a close encounter of the spline kind. Not spine, not spleen, but spline. It's a combination of the both. Okay. Say, what's your name, young lass? I asked, trying to be kind and fair. The young one flinched. Dolores, sir. Dolores Campbell. For some reason, that name had delighted me. Ah, that's a funny name, that. Oh, Dolores, yes. What are you up to, Mr. W? Still playing SOTC? I remembered. It's okay. Now I just need the other texture. A little bit larger brush, maybe. Yeah, I do need to go over a little bit of that again. Not a little bit of the conversation, I mean a little bit of the terrain where I painted it. Because with this texture, for example, okay, if you just paint in a line, you get this repeating pattern like this. You can just see it repeating its way along there. If you paint in a line and hold one of the square brackets, it twirls it like this, which then means that it blends it together. You don't get that repeating pattern. However, it also looks very blurry, because here you can see you've definitely got grass, and here you've got like blended grass. So what I tend to do is when I draw, I periodically press the rotate key. So I draw like this, then I rotate, then I rotate, then I rotate, then I rotate. And yes, you can see the pattern a little bit here still, but with grass over it, like a spline over it, you still keep the crispness of the texture, and you don't have as much of a repeating pattern either. So yeah, kind of best of both worlds in most cases. Not the Star Trek episode, mind you, but rather just the actual saying in its original, well, in its most common meaning. At least among people who are not necessarily Star Trek TNG fans. Yes. I will paint a little bit of it here. Let's just see if I decrease the brush size all the way. Maybe I can paint a little bit of the texture along there just to make this bit look a little bit better. Also, definitely need to paint this along here. Not this big. A little bit more like that. Let's save again, and then I'll read chat. Dolores, aren't you going to ask me for my name and title? Oh, no, don't ask him for his title, it'll go on for hours. Trainz, I knew it. The young one's eyes did not meet mine. Miss W, that explains your message's absence. Having fun? What is your name, sir? She said. My face proudly brightened up. Me? Why, I am Sir Milliam Bottersand of Gabblerock the First. The young one's face looked surprised. Gabblerock? She asked. But that place has been abandoned for many, many years. I gave her a smirk and replied, It has. However, I suspect that you have never been to the place. Are you 7? 5, 6, yes, 5, 6. Are you 7? The child looked even more surprised. Why, yes, she quivered. I am. I gruffly chuckled. Kangfango, of course. I'm currently fighting the underwater one. Yeah, I mean, that definitely explains it. You can't go off typing in chats while fighting beasts. And by beasts, I mean creatures that haven't really done anything to you, but that you are murdering because you want to save a loved one. But in actuality, it's killing you. Oh, sorry. What were we talking about? No, sorry. Never mind that. Right. So I'll just continue a little bit of this field before I continue reading chat. So like that. And I don't want it to look this empty, so I am going to place more trees. Not more trees, but more trees. Big difference there. I don't want to place too many trees. I think that's too many trees. This one I'm not that happy with. I want to have a clear view of the tracks. So maybe a tree there. Maybe one there. No, don't like that. Do not like that there. Okay, we're gonna have a couple of them here though. By a couple I mean a few. Yeah, so like that. Now what does this look like from these tracks? That looks okay, although it does look a little bit bare on this side, so I'll add another tree there. Oh, maybe there. That looks okay. I will need to add another little bit of stuff there, but that'll be fine. And now for shrubs. Not 4 shrubs, but 4 shrubs. I'll just do little crosses of them. Little X's. I think that's all of the trees. Well, this one could use a little bit of an extension this way. Okay, that's those trees. Now I'll need... actually, that is, I think, the texture that I need. No, this one's the one I need. Haha. So yeah, I'll just paint a little bit of the darker grass texture around these ones, and the trees, around the bases. Just because that's where the shrubs are, and it looks a bit more... deliberately placed that way, like it's actually part of the scenery, if the ground texture underneath is a bit different. Also, I want some rocks. I've decided. Let's save. I did have some rocks, I think, in one of these ones. Didn't I? I think I did. Or maybe that was a different map. May have been a different map. Yeah, I think it was a different map. That's unfortunate. Well, let's see if I can find the right rocks. Or maybe it was boulder. Granite boulder. a bit bigger than that, please. I think like that. Just have a few of these boulders strewn about. That's a nice word, isn't it? Strewn. I do want something a bit closer to the edge here as well. Oops, that's a bit big one, like that. I think that's better. So just like this. And also a little bit back there. Just so it doesn't feel so isolated back here at the edge. Also, I would like some trees in here. There was a really good one that I had on the other map. Let me just quickly load the other map. and to get the tree. It's a tier 19 map, so that's fine. That's not going to be an issue. Qualifying underwater one. Butter sand. Who's winning? Huh? Huh? Try this. XD. Imagine that. Hang on. Give me a sec. Checks his cod. Oh, for God's sake, no. I don't want to buy anything. Right. Back we go. Take that. Seems very British. Like, take that. Try this. Yeah, it's not an unbiased girl exactly. Yeah. Let's see, Kangafango. And me, of course. Insert smirk emoji. Yeah, he's winning. Me, of course. I mean, why would the giant underwater monster win against some guy with a sword? Just pulled... Actually, wait a minute. Didn't wait a minute. Didn't you say you were... Maybe I misremembered it. I thought you said you were fighting the same one for... Not for the first time, but that's fine. Just pulls out his phone underwater. Beast? Huh? What is that infernal device you're holding? Why have you stopped fight... Oh! Here we go! Ouch! We agreed no killing! This, Mr. W? XD. Copy and paste it, that I presume? Yep, from here. Aye, aye. Say, little child, I said. Dolores? Was it? Dolores? Sir? She confirmed. I went on. Would you like to help me get my vengeance on some evil dungeon keepers that have imprisoned me for 6 years in total? The 7-year-old looked quite confounded, and so did her face. I see. Have at thee! Yeah. Come again? Come again, she said. Shall us both. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why wait, what? Why wait, what? Wait for what? These shrubs are the ones I wanted. So this is plant shrub 05 and plant shrub 02. Also, maybe these rocks would look a bit better. I'll keep the ones that I have. Charisse, what were you confused about? I thought you had said that you were fighting the same monster that for the, I think, like 3rd or 4th time or something like that. Maybe that was a different stream. Because I looked up and I couldn't see you saying anything about that. Because you said you're winning, of course. But if it had been, if you had said that you had been fighting the same monster for the severalth time, then it would have been that clear. Enraged, I couldn't hold my back my agitation back. I couldn't hold back my agitation back any longer. Come again? No, I will not come again. You heard me the first time. You wanna come or not? Charisse, no, I didn't say that any time. Maybe I was misremembering it with something different. My voice knocked her back onto the still wet cobblestones. Aww. Wrong layer. Thank you for telling me. Algorithm. By algorithm, I mean programming. Five. What's the other one? These boulders are quite a bit bigger than the other ones, I think. Interesting, he said. But I think the plants fit quite well. I'll just place all the 5 ones down and then place the second ones down as well after that. Oops, not in there. Can't see them if they're inside the rock. No point in rendering them. Number 2s. There we go. Right. This one. Just sort of like that. I know you don't really see it that much, but if you do look over there, it will look better with shrubs around it than if it didn't have shrubs around it. Around them, I suppose. There we go. Right, so now I need to put a fence around this bit. And probably also, well, let's see, I can maybe put in a little bit of a water feature. Almost like I'm playing a zoo tycoon game. It's like, oh, okay, right, they need water and they need enrichment. Okay, let's place down some rocks and tree cover. Yeah, that's too many. Okay, this is enough trees. A bit like I'm doing that. And then, of course, this water will also need different texture underneath it. That's a little bit too shallow. It's really quite... Oh, that's not what I wanted. Ah, no. It's really quite... if you do it too shallow, it kind of flickers a bit, the water. Because if it's so close, you get a bit of Z-fighting, which isn't ideal. Just a little bit like this, kind of like drawing out the course of it. So I'm drawing a little bit further this way, because even though you won't see the water here, the soil is probably still wetter along this part. So it's kind of the middle of a depression where the water is actually there, basically. And actually I may need some of the reeds that I placed over here. These ones, these cattails. Yeah, those little bugs with the animation back there. Yes, these, the lice, you can see them. Yeah. It seems like ages since I built this bit. I put in this little dried riverbed in the little bridge and coming on down here onto the little thing. Anyway, I'll quickly do this and I'll probably end the stream very soon. Actually, thinking about it, maybe these ones weren't the best choice. Maybe having a spline in here would also be better. And yet I keep placing them. No, sorry. I need to go over to the other wetland area that I have, which is somewhere. It's over here. Because here oh right, this one. This spline, that looks better. Oh no, it's not a spline, it's an object. Haha. These reeds, they're the ones I wanted. These the ones? Yes, these are the ones. Yeah, those would look better here. Maybe I can mix... No, mixing them doesn't look good. I'll quickly undo these. By the way, you can't hold undo. You have to press it individually each time. There you go. And then just place them just sort of along this bit. And hope for the best, really. Actually, maybe the big one would be better. Yeah, just like this. With the spline, of course, also in the grass spline. Because we have to have the grass spline, because the grass spline, not this grass spline, the other grass spline, the bigger one. The grass spline adds a lot to these type of scenes. Just sort of like this. Making this come down like that. Bum ba da 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 dum. I can make the grass go through the water a little bit. That's fine. Kind of smoothens out the transition a bit, I think. Also, let's leave a bit of these reeds back there. I think that looks quite nice from track level. How about the other track? Yeah, you can just about see that there's a little bit of water there. Now let's just add some cows. Well, let's save and then add some cows. And then I'll rechat and then I'll end the stream. Well, I will also need to take a thumbnail, but that's gonna be good. Oh, I also forgot the fence. I need to put the fence on. And you know what, let's just put a cow in here drinking some of the water. Well, actually, no, let's have a cow sitting in the water. Having a refreshing dip, I guess. Oh, it is really very shallow, the water. No, let's have one drinking. Right, so fence. Fence, where are you? Nope, not that. Actually, I should have one here because... Ah, there we go. Now this shouldn't take long. 24 hours later. Well, it may have taken a little bit longer than expected, but not much. 3 weeks later. Okay, well, maybe it did take a bit longer than a little bit longer than I expected. But now the stream's over and you're all asleep. Also, I need to put in a fence gate here. That'll be good. That'll be okay. The fence going in where? Have I made the fence go in there? That looks like it's fine. Fence comes up from there. Not like that, like this. Carries on, of course. Okay, so fence is in place. Now I'll just need a fence gate, and then I'll do the screenshot, and then I'll rechat, and then I'll end the stream. This needs a little bit of extra detail. 1 second. Oh, other way around. I want a... this one. What was the first one I clicked on? Like, I just want a derelict barrel just there. Just kind of crushed a bit. And pushed into the ground as well. Maybe a tractor ran it over a bit. Just like that. I think that adds quite a bit. With shadows, this will look much better as well. Okay. Actually, 1 second. Sure, like that. Great. Sorry about that. Oh, now I remember I need to twirl this texture a little bit. I always forget this bit. 1 second. It'll only take but a moment. It'll take but a moment. Just to kind of get rid of a bit of the repeating pattern. That's why I wasn't that happy with this field, but now I am. He says still painting. But yeah, I know, it's fine. Now it's time for the thumbnail. What to do, da-da. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 da 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Sorry, like this maybe? That might be a good thumbnail. Maybe if I zoomed in, perhaps. Perhaps not. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? No. Otherwise, it looked better the other way. Bum 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 bum. Dum 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 dum. I think that's a good thumbnail. What do you think? Maybe a bit more like this, so you can actually see the road a bit better. Well, I'll take a screenshot here. Then I'll go over to this side and maybe take another screenshot here, because this one might be a better thumbnail. Maybe this one's better zoomed in. I think this one may be a better thumbnail zoomed in. If this is indeed the thumbnail I'll go with. Let's just try having it like this. And one more from this side. No, not that guy again. That guy was on last time. I guess looking down the tracks like this might be good. That might be good. Anyway, I think that's enough contestants for thumbnails. Let me read chat. There's a lot of chat. Shardais, I did have annoyance a few weeks back, but you weren't streaming on that day. Oh. Wide-eyed, she stared at me, mouth quivering. She looked like she was about to sob. I tried to calm her. Sobbing? Do you really think sobbing is the solution to everything? Look, if you even want to consider going with me, you must never, ever even think of sobbing. It'll get you nowhere and it'll only end up getting me in trouble, I said reasonably. Just think about this. Say we were hiding in an alcove in a smelly wet dungeon and there's a guard just around the corner. We two are ready to strike him down. Imagine if you just... imitates her sobbing. Start sobbing. He'd hear us. Our cover would be blasted to smithereens, and he'd probs murder us up right then and there. Young lass, you really need to control your tears and emotions, or at the very least keep them to yourself, and yourself alone. I paused for a moment, then added, or at least don't express them when you're near me and or in danger. Impressively, the young one managed to start sobbing. Managed not to start sobbing. Impressively, the young one managed not to start sobbing. She didn't even cry. That's more like it, Dolores, I said. I thought about keeping my impressedness to myself, but I decided against that, thinking that expressing it might be better in this case. I am actually impressed that you didn't cry. I haven't been this impressed in years, I said, and gave her another smile, this time genuine. Thanks, Dolores said. Right, do you want to come with me or not? I countered. So many cows. Will there be some milk farm for carry milk to a cherry yogurt factory? No, I will not have milk as a product on this route. Hi. Yes, I did. Well, all right. I'm sure we won't be gone for long, right? She asked. Oh, ho, not at all, Dolores. I'm sure you'll be home for this evening's tea. Of course, I couldn't tell her that it would take much, much longer. If she was going to go with me, I couldn't say anything to disturb that decision. Yeah, he is definitely a villain. Oh, she smiled. I guess I could give that stall to Felicity for the day. She is my friend, you see. Yes, I smiled back again, genuine. You do that. Right. Why are you reading it like that? I don't know. If you didn't want me to read it like that, you could have said it. I thought that it was fitting. Yes, I smiled back again, genuine. You do that. Before that, okay, so I'll just do a couple of those. So oh, she smiled. I guess I could give this stall to Felicity for the day. She's my friend, you see. Yes, I smiled back again, genuine. You do that. Right. Sorry, if you didn't want me to read it that way. I shall note it for future reference. Right. So, thank you all very much for watching, and the stream is over. Or rather, it will be soon. Kangafango, yeah, he streams on Sunday, which is tomorrow. So tomorrow he is going to stream No Hard Challenge in Train Simulator. He also streams other driving in Train Simulator and American Truck Simulator, which is going to be very interesting with a new lighting update that's released, as well as map development in OMSI 2 and in Trainz. Now there are two maps for Trainz that you might want to have a look at. They're on the DLS. One of them is called Central Europe. The other one is called Cornish Railways. They're not by me, but they are very good. So you should have a look at them. Right, so bye. Thanks for the stream and for reading chat. And shout out. See us tomorrow afternoon for the insert shameless plug. Yes, see you for the insert shameless plug. BGC. Right, so thank you all very much for watching. This stream will be archived on YouTube. And bye.